2024 was a hell of a year for gaming. We were gifted with incredible remakes of classics, exciting new IPs, and indie games that came totally out of nowhere and created full-fledged addictions. In many ways, the unexpected was at the core of the greatest gaming moments last year, with nostalgic returns to gaming at its simple best, with hits like Helldivers 2 and Warhammer 40,000 Space Marines 2, a simple card game taking the world by storm, and what was essentially a PlayStation tech demo turned platformer winning Game of the Year. But now that we've wrapped up 2024 in gaming, it's time to look forward to 2025 with the same momentum we left off with. We at TheGamer play a lot of games, and so it's fair to say that there is a lot that we are looking forward to in the next year. So on that note, I'm going to pass it on to some of our wonderful staff to give you a solid basis of games to be on the lookout for in 2025. So that's enough from me, let's check it out.
I thought Ghost of Tsushima was pretty okay when I played it the first time, and then I played it a second time, then a third time. At that point, I had to admit that maybe it was more than only okay. I couldn't tell you exactly what made it great. The story was predictable aside from a few optional side quests, the open world was pretty generic, and the combat had some interesting ideas that it didn't fully take advantage of. Mostly, what I liked about Tsushima was how it looked and the potential it had. I'm betting Yotai is able to realise that potential.
Hi, my name's Meg Pleacho, and my most anticipated game of 2025 is Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. This really shouldn't surprise anyone on the team because it has Majima in it, so enough said. Majima aside, I'm keen to embrace RGG Studios doing more of the Gaiden spin-offs, which are the smaller titles, as it means we could get a game every year. For Pirate Yakuza in particular, it'll be fun to go a little bonkers, more so than usual with the pirate theme, and it's the year of the snake, so it's Majima's year.
The world Obsidian Entertainment crafted in Pillars of Eternity is one of the deepest and most compelling fantasy settings I've had the pleasure of experiencing. I'm excited to return to the world of Yora to once again ponder matters of the soul, and likely frustrate a couple of gods in the process. Unlike what the narrative suggests, Avowed isn't Obsidian's Elder Scrolls, it's a first-person Pillars of Eternity.
It's rare for my most anticipated game of the coming year not to be an RPG, but Civilization VII, the long-awaited next chapter in Sid Meier's globe-spanning, history-making, simulated strategy series, is a tantalizing exception. Civilization II helped to ignite my lifelong obsession with anthropology, and I haven't missed a chapter since. I'm cautiously optimistic that Civilization VII's bold new 3-era mechanic will shake things up without diluting Firaxis's golden formula.
Considering one of my favourite games of 2024 was Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl, there's little surprise I'm equally eager to check out Atomfall. The mix of retro British aesthetics, a nuclear wasteland, an alternate history of the Lake District devastated by a nuclear accident, and a hint of the Wicker Man-styled folk horror all makes Atomfall seem right up my alley. Rebellion's already known for dense and detailed sandboxes from its recent Sniper Elite games, and I really hope that level of open-endedness and detail carries through to a weirder setting like Atomfall's.
Kingdom Hearts Missing Link was supposed to come out in 2024, and that clearly didn't happen, but there's hope for 2025, right? Right? Admittedly, I'm not excited about Missing Link being a mobile game. It would be much better as a Switch game, really. But the era it's set in and what I saw of the characters in the beta is intriguing. Really, I'm just clamouring for anything new related to Kingdom Hearts to tide me over until 4 eventually makes an appearance.
I've been following the development of Crimson Desert closely for the past year, meeting the team at Gamescom 2024 and getting my first hands-on with the game. Pearl Abyss developed one of my favourite MMOs of all time, Black Desert Online, and now the team is turning their skills to a single-player RPG experience. It's difficult to summarise what exactly Crimson Desert is. The gameplay demo at Gamescom was mostly focused on its Monster Hunter-style boss fights, whereas game trailers have hints of Zelda's gliding and exploration, The Witcher's gritty atmosphere, and multiple features ripped straight from BDO, like horse riding.
It's been 15 years. Yes, I am slightly anticipating this. Skate is such a simple game in premise, but one that I've been missing for so long. I can't wait to lose countless hours just skating around with some music on, exploring new maps, playing with others online, and throwing myself off of every tool structure I can find to see what bones I can break. It's part of the game, I promise. They've even added parkour now, so, you know, if they didn't want me climbing the things, they wouldn't let me do it.
Death Stranding was such a divisive game when it came out because it was so different. It was stupid and over-explained and filled with what felt more like Kojima's best friends than carefully selected actors, but I loved it. I loved feeling like everything I did was genuinely helping other players, seeing the paths I took form in other people's worlds. It was so unlike anything I'd played, even if it was just walking everywhere, and I cannot wait to do it all again.
I've been looking forward to the Altars since I previewed it last year, so you can imagine I was really disappointed when it was delayed into 2025. I've never really been that interested in survival games, but the Altars melds this really compelling Fallout Shelter style base expansion system with survival mechanics in a way that scratches my brain just right. Then you combine that gameplay hook with an unsettling sci-fi premise and environments that are almost reminiscent of Interstellar, and developer 11-Bit Studios has something really promising on its hands, so I'm really interested in seeing what the creators of Frostpunk can do with this potential.
It's been far too long since we've received a good tag team fighter. Whether you hate one-touch kills or how ridiculous some combos can be, the stylish flair of 2xKO, despite the bad name choice, left quite an impression on me. Lobbying up and tag teaming a friend brought me back to the days of Tekken Tag Tournament. Predicting when your opponent will switch and learning the patterns of each partner has never been more intense. Memorable characters, stylish art, and frenetic gameplay have me waiting to get back into the arena.
I'm not usually a person who looks forward to remakes more than new experiences, but Trails in the Sky is a game I'll absolutely make an exception for. I first played the original a couple of years ago, which I absolutely adored, and it's kicked off a love for the series that has only grown since. I'm extremely eager to see a reimagining of the game that started it all, and the idea of diving into Trails in the Sky again, this time with improved battle mechanics, has me very, very excited. It'll also give everyone a chance to give Bastel a long overdue time in the spotlight.
I, like many others, only got into the Monster Hunter series with World. I tried with one of the 3DS entries, but it didn't quite click for me. World, though, was special, and I've since put hundreds of hours into both that and Monster Hunter Rise. Although difficult, Monster Hunter offers me the perfect opportunity to switch my brain off and just go out and hunt some monsters. With the new mechanics, streamlined processes, and exciting new creatures, February can't come round quickly enough.
I'm a hopeless romantic despite being ace, and this is a project I've been waiting for. From the star-studded cast to the hilarious concept of every inanimate object in your home being dateable, what's not to love? Literally. It's been a while since a dating sim truly grabbed my attention, and I've fallen for plenty of fictional characters in the interim. A good romance is a powerful narrative tool in role-playing games, and I can't wait to learn all about the diverse characters within the house.
You knew someone was going to choose it eventually. Grand Theft Auto 6, a game so big that other studios will leave the release schedule around it barren through fear of their games getting completely ignored. GTA 6 is going to leave a huge mark not just on the gaming industry, but pop culture as a whole. It will feel like it's the only thing anyone is talking about when it finally gets here. Pretty impressive for a game launching in the same year as the Switch 2. Despite all that, it wasn't until relatively recently that I got swept up in the GTA 6 hype. The initial leak didn't get me, the trailer kinda piqued my interest, but as the months have passed, my excitement for it has grown exponentially. So much so that it's now the most excited I've been for a new GTA since San Andreas, a game I was technically too young to be playing when it released. Damn, that was a long time ago, huh? Anyway, I am all in on GTA 6, and unlike San Andreas, I won't need a grown-up to buy it for me. Although if anyone's offering, I wouldn't say no.
I have a love-hate relationship with Supermassive Games. Its games are regularly not great, but I still love going through the train wreck regardless. Directive 8020 is its latest horror movie game attempt, and with the shift to the far future in space and its alien-esque plot synopsis, I want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes this time. Full of jank, occasional celebrity cameos, and some bizarre choices for mechanics, Supermassive's horror games are always an odd and frustrating yet still entertaining experience for me, and I'm eager for another round.
Metal Gear Solid Delta was actually my most anticipated game of 2024, but Konami never actually released it last year. No worries though, as it's now my most anticipated game of 2025 because it surely has to come out this year. The longer wait hasn't made me any less excited to play one of my favourite games again. I'm still interested to see how different the new title is, and I'm hoping it's even better than the original Metal Gear Solid 3. Nothing I've seen about the game so far has scared me off, so I'm hopeful this will go down as one of the good video game remakes.
Who says dreams don't come true? 1 year ago, I was sure the Professor Layton series was dead, much to my dismay. So imagine my surprise when I saw the teaser for New World of Steam. Needless to say, the puzzle fan inside me is ecstatic. I've loved Professor Layton since his first game on the DS, and I couldn't be more excited for his new steampunk-themed mystery. While we know little about it now, everything from the visuals to the atmosphere looks very promising. Speaking of, all this hype reminds me of a puzzle.
It's been nearly 2 decades since the last Metroid Prime game. I'm refusing to acknowledge Federation Force right now, and I can't believe it's almost time to hop back into the old power suit for another galaxy-saving adventure. Metroid Dread was an impressive 2D action platformer, and Beyond should continue to enhance the series' legacy with atmospheric storytelling, engaging puzzles, and memorable boss encounters. We still know very little about what Metroid Prime 4 actually has to offer, but I'm confident Retro Studios will go above and beyond to create another timeless masterpiece.
So, that's our list for some of the most anticipated games coming in 2025. We hope this got you hyped for some new titles, and if you agree, disagree, or have any thoughts, do let us know in the comments. Thanks for a great 2024, and for all your gaming needs in 2025, be sure to check out more from TheGamer.com.